alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. And CD, our quarterbacks taking center stage here for each of their respective offenses. Patrick Mahomes of the Chiefs, Kirk Cousins of the Vikings.
And I think that each quarterback wants to play this game with a faster tempo. They want to get the plays in quickly, get in and out of the huddle quickly, take just a few seconds at the line of scrimmage and survey the defense, and then attack. And I think that we'll see both offenses try to do that in this one.
Joseph now ready to get this one started, and we are underway from Minneapolis. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out of Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
And simply put, for many, he's the gold standard for quarterbacks in today's NFL because of his ability to create, find the open man, use all the different arm angles that he has. He's a complete package. Boy, his team loves to play around him.
And that's going to be a Chiefs first down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Edwards-Helaire. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way you wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The last got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
There's a quick throw to Thielen. And he goes out right around the 39. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in 3rd in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First down. Here's Cousins. And that's complete to K.J. Osborne. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 38. They run the counter with Cook. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Tyrann Mathieu on the tackle.
They go play action. Cousins. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Joseph's got it. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
It's Everson Griffin who made the tackle. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A yard in the wrong direction. Makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. Mahomes now to throw. Steps away. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you have it.
And now the up man has it. It's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. The fake punt gets him 13 yards. A huge play on special teams. It's a 1st down. So they snap it straight to the up man. What's his responsibility? Normally, obviously, just to protect, but he's got to be a guy that can be pretty agile too, right?
Yeah, without a doubt, because you're talking about a guy, even in protection, he may have to slide up and down the line of scrimmage to pick up someone who comes through trying to block a punt. So you know he's got that ability to move. But oftentimes, it's usually a running back, a fullback, someone who's used to having the ball in their hands, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Chiefs with the football as we start the 2nd quarter. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards start to feel good about yourselves.
A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now Edwards-Helaire. A first down and more for Edwards-Helaire. And all the way down to the 5. 65 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs have taken the lead.
In as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the back actually finished getting into the end zone, breaking the last tackle. Tried to wrap up, tried to use the proper technique, just wasn't able to get it done.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
To throw again on second down. Cousins. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. So that time the pressure got home just as he was releasing the football and caused the pick.
And what it did was it disrupted that fragile balance of the mechanics of throwing the football. You know, from the footwork to being able to actually throw it downfield. If one piece of that puzzle gets disrupted, it affects the entire chance of success.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end.
And look at this, another fake. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool them. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. So they went with a trickery there on the fake punt, hoping to catch that return team flat-footed, but it did not work out.
And you were talking about trying to catch them flat-footed. That's what they were hoping for, trying to catch them off guard. But that's a well-coached team on the other side. They were more than prepared, and they were able to stop
it.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score.
Come on now, let's go.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A big play there on the scramble.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll run with Cook.
Bring in the second string.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings on just 2 plays have taken the lead. No problem there on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. Hardly any time taken off the clock there. 2 plays, and they find the end zone for 6 points. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. That's caught. It's Demarcus Robinson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
Rolling to his left. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, the ultimate result was an incomplete pass. They sure look like a well-coached team because once he got outside of the pocket, the scramble rules come into effect. And a lot of the guys who ran deep routes, they come back closer to the line of scrimmage, and the running back usually runs.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. One thing that we know for sure, do not question the arm strength of Patrick Mahomes, one of the strongest around.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's 3rd down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham, you have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
And the next-gen stats, they tell the story. That's a full 67 yards in the air. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead is now 14-10. A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards, and it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown.
Harrison Butker, the kickoff for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, we'll see if they want to try to put a drive together, possibly even take the lead here with a touchdown. Cook with a 1st down and much more. Room here to run. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Cook. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
Flush to his right. And complete right side to Cook. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Here's Cousins. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 17-14. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's polished off by a Viking score. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, a check of the next-gen stats.
There you have it. Halftime, 3rd quarter. Here we go. Adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the 2nd half. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the 3rd quarter. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is make sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. On 2nd down, Cook. Cook, a 1st down and more. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now that... one they... The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Cook following the penalty. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. On 3rd down, Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half.
Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. 110 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. 1st and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. Oh, the ball is out. Edwards-Helaire lost it. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just a minute.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
After review of the play, rules on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And yet again, he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry. Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back.
Well, the element of surprise was there. All right, there's no doubt about it. For us, maybe. But not for the guys on defense. An incomplete pass on the fake field goal attempt.
I guess, though, if you're trying to pick up the first in that spot, why not let your QB throw the ball, right?
You thinking that might be a better way to go?
Instead of your kicker, yeah. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 39-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Cook again.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
To throw, Cousins. Eluding the pressure right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. Touchdown! Adam Thielen, 51 yards. And the Vikings are able to
into this third quarter. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. Three quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Joseph now to kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Oh, he'll try and throw it deep to the other side of the field. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off at the foot. And Peterson, what happened? He lost the foot. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And I think they are going to get this one back. Boy, that would have been something. Double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 34. Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact, and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. It was Danielle Hunter to make the play in the backfield. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. From the gun, he'll hand this. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Butker now to add the extra point. And the lead is down to 2. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Nwangu now from his end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Kene Nwangu ain't doing nothing. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A big-time special teams play here in the 4th quarter to extend their lead.
And coaches preach it all the time. If you can score on special teams, your chances of winning the game really jump up in a big way. Now, I'll let our analytics friends quantify it and give us the exact numbers, but that's what coaches talk about all the time. That extra momentum, that extra bounce you get from a special team score.
I don't have any analytics for them. Those are your friends.
I'll claim them.
other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Here comes Mahomes and the Chiefs. Down by 9. 2 minutes, 30 seconds to play. They have all 3 timeouts and a 2-minute warning, but they need 2 scores. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down. Hands it off out of the gun. And despite a little power on the move, still tackled shy of the 20. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, and you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
Now Mahomes got to have this one. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. And finally, he's taken down at the 18. An incredible play there on 4th down in their own territory. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Able to get there and pick it. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They run it again with Cook. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Now Cousins. Got an open man finding Jefferson. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Cousins here to throw. They're going for Jefferson downfield. And this one is incomplete.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over it, and they got there to break that one up.
Here's 2nd and 10. Cousins to throw. They're going for Jefferson downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. Needed a couple yards for the 2-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do because a lot of teams play you for the pass, so you spread people out, decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
Well, there you go. Just your everyday leading big, and you onside kick it with a lead. They got it. I mean, it worked, but interesting call.
I think because they have such a margin, they feel a little bit bolder about what they're doing. And it's not only just to try and increase their lead, but that's their way of saying we're in full control of this game, and we can kind of do what we want.
A good run there by Cook on 1st down, powering his way forward, a gain of 6.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
2nd and 4. Again, it's Cook. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. Off the play fake, Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
66-yard attempt.
And now contact up front. And this might set up an interesting decision. So now it's 4th and short.
So after the penalty, that means there's a decision to be made. Do you still line up in field goal formation? Or maybe you think about running your offense back out on the field.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And this score will stay right where it is. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one.